my name is Janika Oza, and I'm the author of A History of Burning. A History of Burning is about a family that goes through multiple forced migrations and experiences of displacement, and it's about the lengths that they're willing to go to secure their own place in a shifting world. And so writing this book gave me the chance to think through a lot of bigger questions around home and safety and belonging. Questions like, what does it mean to seek refuge on colonized land? Who gets to feel safety and security in these places? How do we commune with the land and live in community with intention? And these are questions that have existed in the past and that continue into the present. And for me, I think at the heart of this novel is really this idea of community and collectivism. How do you belong in a whole, and what does it mean to belong to a whole? And who is included and who is excluded from that, which I think is really a reflection on the possibilities of solidarity. And that's something that I believe we should all really be deeply considering right now. So I actually wanted to see if I could write a novel where there wasn't one single protagonist, sort of writing against the Western idea of the individual hero. But instead I wanted the entire family in this book to be the protagonist. So over the course of the book, you hear from every individual member of the family across time and across generations, and you start to see the ways that their different desires rub against each other, but also the ways that they are very much entangled. And that's because my research process for this novel was so much about having these many oral interviews and conversations with family and community who had been through these experiences that are in the book. And so for me, it felt very important to kind of embed that collective voice and understanding into the structure of the novel. Well, they say that you've kind of been working on your first book for your entire life up until that point. And for me, that definitely felt pretty true. Working on A History of Burning was sort of this way for me to write towards an understanding of my own family history and my community and where I and we come from, and also writing towards some members of my family who I never had the chance to meet, people like my grandmother. And so I think all of these sort of questions and unknowns and silences in my life were building up and gathering. And this first novel was a way for me to begin to parse through a lot of that and just try to find some understanding. My advice would be to practice patience. A book will take as long as it needs to take to come out, to emerge, and there can be this desire, this feeling of urgency, but I think you can also trust that it will come out in the form that it needs to. And in that same vein, I would say that it's really okay to also take a step away from the writing, to read, to rest, to refill, or just tend to your life, and just trusting that the writing will be there in turn. Right now I'm reading 2 books. I'm reading Freedom is a Constant Struggle, Ferguson, Palestine, and the Foundations of a Movement by Angela Davis. And then I'm also reading a short story collection called Perfect Little Angels by Vincent Tanioki.